Hey everyone, welcome to the Active Towns channel. My name is John Simmerman and I am in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. My new home, my old home, once again, my home. We left about 11 years ago to go to Austin, Texas, and we're back. And today is Tuesday, November 18th. So what I wanted to do today is just a quick little introduction to Kailua Kona and the Hawaii Islands, is to take you for, a little ride. We're a couple miles outside of the village center, the historic Kailua Village. And so, I should say the historic Kailua Kona Village, not to be confused with Kailua over on Oahu. So we are, gonna ride our bikes into the little village. So let's turn the camera around and I'll narrate a little bit as we go and give you a quick little introduction of my new home. The first thing that you're gonna notice right away is that from a bicycle infrastructure perspective, we really don't have any. We just have a striped shared use shoulder here, and this has been a challenge and a problem that we've had here on Hawaii Island, also known as the Big Island, here on the Kona side for many decades. We've tried and tried and tried to get something more substantial, and it just hasn't happened quite yet. But one of the things that is encouraging that we'll see when we get into the historic village proper is we will see that the speed limit is 15 miles per hour. So just a little shy of 30 kilometers per hour, which is pretty darn good from a North American perspective. So, there's hope. There really is. Part of the problem is that this stretch along the coastline, and yes, you will see the ocean off to your left, so keep your eyes sort of trained in that direction. I'll highlight it as we get close to the water. But the water is just right over there. So part of the problem, the challenge is when you have a limited number of streets, roadways, connectivity along the waterfront, is you see all the motor vehicles being channeled into and along this one corridor. And so you'll see relatively high vehicle counts because it's the kind of the only place that they can go to. So one of the things that I'd love to see, especially since I'm living here once again, is that we make it safer and more attractive for people to shift some of those short trips away from the motor vehicle, and onto bicycle. We will pretty much be on a relatively flat ground the entire time. Maybe a little hill here and there. We just coasted down a modest hill, but we're not experiencing the hills and the steep climbs on this ride, whereas if we were to turn, inland and head towards what we call Mauka, which is towards the peak, the mountain peak, in our case, the volcano peaks, you get very, very steep climbs. And so our ride today, relatively flat. If you lived here and you were traveling to your home or back down this way, or if you had things to do up Mauka, you are typically traveling up pretty steep inclines. Not sheep, but steep inclines. And so electric assist is going to be huge and is huge for mobility here in the Hawaiian Islands, and in particular here in Kailua Kona. So I'm looking forward to getting my e-bike here. The Turn GSD is on its way, and that will help out a great deal. But in the interim, I've got my trusty Brompton, of course. It's always with me. And for those of you who watch all my videos, you know that this Brompton is geared 12% lower, and so I'm able to climb very, very steep hills with lots of weight, luggage, etc., very comfortably. Okay, now you can train to your eyes to the left, and you can see the beautiful ocean front. It was there all along. We just couldn't quite see it. But there are a few places, just like this park, Waiaha Beach Park, right there. That is, by the way, the origin site of the boogie board. Maury Boogie Boards. I think it's Tom Maury was at this location and came up with the idea of the boogie board. I'll include a photo of that board right there. Here's one of those little hills that we're climbing up. Not too bad. And here is our beloved sign. This is a warning sign that the beginning of the 15 mile per hour zone is right up ahead. And in fact, we can see it. So we will head on up and see what this is like. I can tell you that I know that a lot of people who don't really have a need or a reason to drive here into the heart of the village, they will turn off at that street that we just passed and bypass the slow speed zone, the 15 mile per hour zone here. And again, that just makes it that much more comfortable for everybody, safer for everybody too. And again, more beautiful, beautiful oceanfront views here. And you can tell that we're not very far removed from the waterfront in this location. And on big storms, the water comes up, as well as tsunamis have come up to this level multiple times in the past. All part of the joy of living in the Hawaiian Islands. I can tell you that even though we're sharing space with the motor vehicles, for the most part, it feels very comfortable here. Again, the cars are driving quite slow. We tend to have a lot of pedestrians in this area too. And so we're all just kind of sharing space. I really wish in North America we would adopt sort of the Dutch approach to shared space. Either the red tarmac, doing the red asphalt treatment with the terracotta colored pigment, or just do bricks, pave it in bricks. A wonderful way to do it, because it sends a clear message that, hey, the street that you're on is shared space, and it's 15 mile per hour space, or in the case of the Netherlands, it's 30 kilometer per hour space, which of course is right around 17, 18 miles per hour. So just a little faster than this zone, which is 15. And yeah, you can see just how comfortable it is. I'm probably actually riding right around 12, maybe 13 miles per hour. I don't have my computer on, so I can't really tell right now, but that's kind of what it feels like to me. So super comfortable to ride this speed, super comfortable riding in this environment where the motor vehicles are also traveling at relatively slow speed. Again, if I was traveling a little slower than 15, then maybe Tacoma is traveling exactly 15. One will only know. Of course, I could have turned on my Garmin watch. That would have done that. You'll notice this tree to the right, very, very tragic. Massive branch came crashing down off of that historic fig tree. It's very sad to see that one come down. And again, off to the left, we are now at the Kailua Kona Pier. And yeah, this is kind of where it all happens. It's like the epicenter of the city center. Super, super central to the culture, and also the location of the Ironman triathlon swim start. And you'll see lots of people swimming. If we swing around here, you can see the little cubbies here. This is for swimmers to be able to put some of their stuff and store it there. It's not super, super safe. It's not supervised or anything, but don't put any valuables there. But you can certainly have your t-shirt and maybe your sandals or something like that. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to do, was to bring you down to the village center here today. We'll do a much more extensive exploration of the island and of Kailua Kona, but just wanted to get this out pretty fast. Again, recording this on Tuesday the 18th. I'm going to try to release this on Wednesday the 19th, so you all have your first glimpse of our new town, again, which is where I lived about 20 years ago is when I first moved here, and then off to Austin 11 years ago. Yeah. And here's a really good example of the yielding behaviors for the motor vehicle drivers, for the pedestrians. Again, when drivers are traveling at 15 miles per hour, being able to yield to pedestrians is much easier because you're going at such a slow speed. These are all crashes, collisions, interactions that just never occur because of the slow speeds. You just gotta love it. You'll notice that we do have lots of construction going on. The Uncle Billy's Hotel off to the left here is being redone, and eventually these buildings to the right, the Kona Inn shopping village, will also get redone. The work being done here in the streetscape, you see this big tractor here. It looks like they are installing some new water mains and sewer lines in the area. again, you have to think about making sure that you are investing in your future, being able to get that infrastructure replaced when it is time. Here's the money shot. Once again, folks hanging out on the water. In a couple hours, we'll have a beautiful sunset. I'll try to drop in some videos and some photos of that so that you can experience the Kona sunset along with me. I won't be on bike for that. I'll be walking. Love the sand volleyball court off to the left here. When we came in on Friday night, they had league play going on. Everyone was having a ball. Okay, folks, well, that is it. That's it for the short little video of me riding down the Kailua Kona Village. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hey, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share it with a friend. And if you haven't done so already, I'd be honored to have you subscribe to the channel. Just click on that subscription button down below and ring that notifications bell. Well, until next time, this is John signing off, wishing you much activity, health, and happiness. Cheers. Oh, and I forgot to mention tennis courts right over here. And I also forgot to say mahalo nui loa to all my Active Towns ambassadors. Thank you so much. I certainly could not produce this content without your support. So for those of you who are out there enjoying this channel, if you'd like to help out, please consider becoming an Active Towns ambassador. Super easy to do. Just click on the join button right here on YouTube or navigate over to activetowns.org. Click on the support tab at the top of the page, and there's several different options, including becoming a Patreon supporter. Patrons do get early and ad-free access to all the video content, as well as you can make a donation to the nonprofit or buy me a coffee. Again, thank you all so much, and aloha. This is the view looking back to the village. Nice little swell coming in. Love the sound of the waves crashing against the rocks. going to try to be intentional about not taking this for granted. Try to make it down for as many sunrises and sunsets as possible.